In conclusion, I'll talk about three things. First, our opponents brought up a lot of issues that were based on the assumption that if the drinking age was lowered, that binge drinking was going to increase. However, there's evidence to suggest, according to Professor Ames, that this is not true. She said that all the negative behaviors associated with binge drinking nowadays have been shown to be associated with irresponsible drinking. And the reason for this irresponsible drinking is highly related to underground drinking, which is basically drinking that occurs without proper supervision. That's like parties and things where the only influence or example they have set are their other friends who are uneducated about healthy drinking habits as well. Shown in a statistic found by President Ames, it shows that from 1982 to about 1987, about only 46% of students reported vomiting after drinking, and this jumped up to 50% immediately after the law was written on this. This is just to show that just because the drinking age is lower, there's not really a lot of evidence that proves binge drinking will increase. In fact, there's a significant amount of evidence that shows it would, in fact, decrease because of students or youth being able to drink in areas that are populated by more responsible individuals who have developed healthy drinking habits. They can use things as an example for themselves. Second, I'll talk about the ineffectiveness of this law. It says the enforcement is, so as well as we talked about before, that energy is getting pushed farther and further underground, and is even after that, and then that causes it to be even more difficult to enforce. A couple of statistics proving that this law is actually had a greater negative effect. Cutting classes after drinking jumped from 9% to 12% after the law. Missing class because of hangover from 26 to 28% of the law. And getting a lower grade because of drinking rose from 5% to 7% immediately after the law was passed. This just shows that the law is actually causing more people to drink in a unhealthy fashion, and obviously the amount of people drinking increases. It increases the amount of people that have to be regulated by the police and law enforcement, which just makes it even more difficult to enforce. Finally, I'm going to talk about how just because the drinking age is lowered, it doesn't necessarily mean that traffic fatalities are going to increase, as we talked about before. Researchers have shown that found, specifically Peter Ash and David Levy, found that the minimum legal drinking age is not a significant or even perceptible factor in fatality experience of all drivers or young drivers, and it's more due to things like the safety required, seatbelt usage, and all the other things we talked about.